We're going to be looking at a third method for solving system of equations. We're going to use elimination by using subtraction and addition. So there's two parts to solving systems using elimination. First part is with addition and subtraction, and then in the next lesson we'll talk about how to use multiplication with elimination. So our objective is to solve the system by using elimination method using addition and subtraction. So the two methods that we've looked at so far, we've looked at how to graph or how to solve a system by graphing and by using substitution. The third method for today is we're going to be using elimination. And our whole goal is to eliminate the variable. Okay? So our whole goal is to eliminate the variable. So we're going to follow 4 steps in solving a system. So we're going to try to solve this system by using elimination. So you can go ahead and write down this key concept if it would pull up. We're thinking, and we are done thinking. There it is. So, key concept. Step 1, we want to align the like terms vertically. So what that means is we want to align 4x and 3x vertically and 6y and negative 6y vertically. Okay? By aligning that vertically, that is going to set us up nicely. Alright, so this is the reason why I have switched to a different app. This is called Liveboard, which I don't recommend. I recommend using GoodNotes, which is what I've been using from now on. Well, from now on, I'm going to be using GoodNotes. I should have switched over, but I didn't. Okay, so we're already in. So step 2, we want to either add or subtract the variables or the equations together. So we're going to add or subtract the equations by eliminating one variable. Okay? So in this case, we are going to add the two equations together because 6y and negative 6y are opposites. 6 and negative 6 are opposites. So if we have opposites, we add. Okay, so in this case, we are going to add the two equations together. So now we add vertically. What is 4x plus 3x? Gives us 7x. Negative 6y plus negative 6y gives us 0, so it is eliminated. 32 plus 3 gives us 35. Now we can go ahead and solve for x. So step 3, solve for the other variable that wasn't eliminated. So in this case, we can solve for x, divide both sides by 7. So we have x is equal to 5. So then the fourth step, step 4, we substitute the remaining variable back into the equation. So in this case, we substitute x back into the equation, and it does not matter which equation we substitute it back into. I will substitute it back into the first one. So we have, and I'm going to do this in blue because there is a lot of red and blue out here. So we have 4 times 5 plus 6y equals 32. 20 plus 6y equals 32. 6y is equal to 12. We subtracted 20 from both sides. So y is equal to, divide both sides by 6. Y is equal to, that is a 6. Y is equal to 2. Okay? So our solution is 5, 2. This solution represents that this solution represents the point where these two equations intersect. Okay? And you could substitute that in to check, but it has to be true for both of them. All right, let's look at our second example. So let's solve using elimination. So step 1, we need to align the equations vertically. So if we move this over this way, we have 2x plus 5y equals 6. And move this one over. We want to rearrange it so they are vertically aligned. That was step 1. Step 2, now we either need to add or subtract the equations together. So the problem is if we added our two equations together, so in this case, if we add our equations together, we would have 4x plus 14y equals 28. Our variables were not eliminated, so adding will not work. We need to actually subtract the equations from each other. Okay, so we can subtract the second equation from the first one. 2x minus 2x gives us 0, so that variable is eliminated. 5y, so we are distributing this subtraction to each part. 5y minus 9y gives us negative 4y. And this is a very common mistake. Make sure you are subtracting each part. So now we have 6 minus 22 gives us negative 16. So now we can divide both sides by negative 4. Y is equal to 4. Now we substitute to find out what x is, substitute it back into the equation. So I'm going to substitute it back into the first one. It does not matter which equation you substitute it into. 5 times 4 equals 6. So 2x plus 20 equals 6. 2x is equal to negative 14. X is equal to negative 7. So our solution is negative 7, 4. That is our solution. And we can check to see if this is true by checking it in both equations. So I'm going to check. Let's do it in purple. So let's check. So 2 times negative 7 plus 5 times 4 equals 6. Negative 14 plus 20 equals 6. 6 is equal to 6, so that is true. So it works for the first equation and the second equation because it has to be true for both of them. 2 times negative 7 plus 9 times 4 equals 22. Negative 14 plus 36 equals 22. Negative 14 plus 36 gives us 22. So this is true for the second equation. So we know that the point of intersection is negative 7, 4. If you have any questions, please message me. I can get on Zoom if you need and help you out, class. Yeah, please let me know if you have any questions.